All right, y'all, welcome to our info session. My name is Denise Ka, and I'm your Associate Dean of Students. We want to thank you so much for your time this evening. We've got a short presentation for you. We'll have an opportunity for the professional staff to share a little bit about their areas and what they're looking for in their applicants. And then we'll also have time for you to ask us questions. So we'll just go ahead and get started. If you have any questions throughout the presentation, feel free to put that in the chat. All right, so why be a student leader? Well, first and foremost, you will have so much fun being a student leader, so we're happy that you're here today. You are going to join our family, hopefully, and become part of a team. So you're going to learn a lot of great skills, such as interpersonal skills, how to manage your time better. You'll grow in your relationship with Jesus. You will learn how to plan events for large and small groups, and then also how to work on a team. So in these roles, you will receive mentorship from not only your supervisor, but also sometimes some peer leads that are in different capacities as well. So that's a really great way for you to learn. All of these roles help contribute to shaping our Vanguard campus culture. In student affairs, we hope that every student who comes to Vanguard loves this institution just as much as we do. And we really rely on our student leaders to kind of be that hype population to get students really excited about Vanguard, to be able to find a community where they belong, whether that's through student leadership positions, different clubs or organizations across campus, as well as getting people plugged in and connected. So we have a wide variety of opportunities for students to kind of find their niche on campus. And in these student leadership roles, it'll be your responsibility to connect with different students individually and kind of find where their passion is and help them lead them to find their niche on campus. And then, of course, at the end, we also hope that you will be an intentional student leader who wants to get to know even the outliers and help them bring them into community so that they can find friendships, they can find things that they like. And so one of the responsibilities is to reach those outliers and bring them into our culture. So some general requirements: you must have an openly committed Christian faith and a love for Jesus Christ. We are a Christian institution, and we hope that you will share this mission with us. You cannot be involved in other student leadership positions. So all of these roles take a lot of time, and we recognize that you are a student first. And so we don't believe that you could do any of these roles really successfully or well if you have competing priorities. So we ask that this be your only student leadership position on campus. You have to be available for the mandatory dates listed on our student leadership tab in the student portal, as well as in the job description found on Handshake. You have to be in good financial standing with Vanguard. You cannot be on disciplinary, chapel, or academic probation, and you have to have a minimum of a 2.5 cumulative GPA. So some positions have additional requirements, and all of that can be found in the job description. So if you have any questions, go ahead and speak to the supervisor of that position to learn a little bit more. So other general requirements: if you apply for a position and you end up getting that position, you will need to fill out an I-9 form for employment. If you are unable to do this, then you have to have an F1 visa and contact the designated school official. So if you do not have an F1 visa, then we encourage you to reach out to Human Resources for more information. And on our student portal, on the Student Leadership tab, we do have kind of like a one-page flyer that shows you all the things that you need to be able to fill out in order to be a student leader, and we can share more information if you have questions. So we have a wide variety of positions that are available to you in these student leadership roles. We'll begin with Spiritual Formation Department. So SFD, they have a variety of worship interns that they're looking for. They're looking for a lead worship intern to kind of lead all of the worship interns together. They need someone who is bilingual in Spanish, someone who loves gospel worship music as well as contemporary. And then for our chaplains, again, they have a lead chaplain that kind of takes that student lead over all of the other student chaplains. They want one focused on administrative roles, one on discipleship, a chaplain that's really great at media and production, and one who's focused on outreach. Under Residence Life, we have a variety of resident assistants, otherwise known as RAs, for all of the different areas that we have on campus, and then also commuter assistants that help with commuter life. In my office, for the Office of Student Engagement, we have Program Board. These students run our traditional Vanguard programs that, typically when we're on campus, we'll have anywhere between 300 to 500 students in attendance. So Program Board will host things kind of like mock rock, all school party, things like that. The marketing director position is a team of students who really love the creative side of graphic design, digital marketing, and developing and curating videos for marketing, creative marketing, so things outside of posters and stuff like that. We have first year experience coordinators. So this new acronym for Vanguard is called FYE, for first year experience, formerly known as Board of Directors, or BOD. So FYE coordinators are really focused on orientation, and they will also help out with family relations. And then this year, we are also looking for an FYE coordinator and translator, someone who is fluent reading and writing in Spanish. And then intercultural student programs under diversity and inclusion, they are looking for a lead ISP student, as well as club presidents for the following, which is Black Student Union, Asian Pacific Islander Club, El Puente, The Mix, and Peacemakers. We also have VREC, and they are responsible for campus recreation, outdoor recreation, as well as intramural programming. And Student Government Association, which is actually, they are recruiting right now for president and vice president, and they have a vice president of communications as well as a VP of finance and policy. So now I'm going to stop sharing my screen so that we can go ahead and do a staff share. We have a variety of professional staff on this call who can introduce themselves and then share a little bit more about their department, their area, and what they're looking for. So why don't we go ahead and start with Residence Life? Anyone can pop in.
I'll start us off here. So my name is Justin. I'm the Resident and Commuter Life Director. So I oversee Vanguard Center, which is our upperclassmen, junior, senior housing, and then Commuter Life, which is obviously, as you know, consisted of pretty much all remote students right now. So Commuter Life kind of came under the wing of Residence Life this last year. At Vanguard Center, kind of what we are hoping to equip students with is kind of the ability to prepare themselves for life after college. So having events and things that are focused on kind of independent living, career readiness, independent living readiness for their time after college, but also to provide spaces for community. So it kind of varies at Vanguard Center in terms of students that are wanting to be involved, and then some students are kind of like, I'm ready to kind of transition a little bit more and kind of see what living on my own kind of looks like. So that's kind of the feel that you're going to get at Vanguard Center. And then Commuter Life, kind of our goal of obviously creating community on campus. Being a commuter can be difficult and poses unique challenges in terms of getting plugged in to campus. So our goal is to obviously connect commuter students with the greater Vanguard community and direct them to resources and places on campus to feel that connection.
Is Joy still on the call?
Yes, I am. I was about to hop in here. So thank you, Justin. VC is great and all, but Valport is really where it's at. We like to have some fun in Valport. So my name is Joy Parker. I am the RD of Balboa and Newport Halls. We tend to call it Valport because it's a little bit quicker and fun. And so both of these halls, typically we have juniors and seniors living here. We often get transfer students that come live in Valport, which is really fun, that we get to introduce them to Vanguard, maybe as they're coming in as a junior or maybe even a senior. And so this is a really different style building compared to the rest of the typical dorm rooms that have the hallways inside. And so don't know if you guys have ever walked by or maybe been in the quads before, but Valport is laid out where there's quads and then there's 4 bedrooms within a quad. And so typically it's like 10 people that are sharing this quad space. And so it's really cool, unique building because you guys kind of share this living room style. We also have a couple different on each floor. There's different lounges and things like that. So Valport's really fun. And I have 8 RAs. Typically, we have a couple males and a couple females that we're looking for to help lead Valport. And I would say what kind of makes Valport unique is because we don't have the typical hallways, I really do tend to look for those who are really outgoing and willing to kind of put in the extra effort, because you don't necessarily always just walk down the hallway and see all of your residents. Really am looking for RAs that are willing to knock on doors or jump into the other quads and make their rounds and say hi, and really pursue their residents really well. And similar to VC, because we have upperclassmen, we often have people who have found their friend groups, but we still do get transfers who are looking to meet friends and make new friends. And so we have a really fun dynamic where we're really looking for RAs who are willing to be really outgoing and get to know their floor and hang out in different quads. And it's really fun because it's co-ed and we have both genders. That makes it a lot of fun for events and things like that too. So typically looking for 5 girls and 5 guys to be RAs for Valport. And yeah, we like to have a good time for sure. So that's a little bit about me and what I'm looking for. So maybe if Kate from Catalina wants to go next.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kate, and I'm filling in for Tessa this semester as the temporary RD for Catalina. And I actually was an RA for 2 years at Vanguard, and it was my favorite thing I did all of college. It's just such a great opportunity for everything Denise was saying, for mentorship, friendship, learning, and growing, and I couldn't recommend it more. So I'm happy you guys are all here. Catalina has freshmen and sophomore girls in the building, so I'm looking to hire people who are really inclusive and outgoing and ready to just pursue all the freshmen and sophomore girls in the building. So I'm excited to get to know you guys, and thank you for being here.
Thanks, Kate. All right, let's move to SFD.
Hi, everybody. Is it working this time, Denise?
Yes.
I botched it last time, but anyway, hey, everybody. Welcome to this meeting. You guys are awesome. Well, hey, if you have a minister's heart and you feel called to ministry, especially, spiritual formation is a great training ground for that, as Denise so eloquently and wonderfully described. Thank you, Denise, by the way. That was an amazing presentation. We have worship opportunities, which Pastor Asanath, she's on this as well. I saw her there. She leads our worship teams overall. She's our worship pastor. And then Pastor Crystal, yes, Justin, he gave me a direct message. He said, Dodger Stadium's a little quieter lately. Yes, it is, unfortunately. Anyway, sorry, I thought it was to everyone. Sorry, you just went into Justin's in my world. That was fun, Justin. Thank you. Anyway, Pastor Crystal helps lead our small groups program, but also just pastors in general. She's our associate pastor, and she leads our chaplains directly. And then I'm over the whole department, just to pastor and keep us on track spiritually. And, I guess I have to give the disclaimer, we want to be with you in person. We're sorry you have to fill out so many woo-foo forms all the time. We don't like them any more than you like them. But it's the only way we have to keep track of chapel credits. So thank you for filling those forms out. We're trying to make them as easy as possible. But if you join this team, by God's grace, next semester, we will be in person fully and we won't have to do woo-foo forms. Hallelujah. Can I get an amen from somebody out there? Come on now. So if you feel called to ministry, as Denise outlined, with outreach and maybe you're like, well, I like behind the scenes. Well, administrative stuff may be good for you, but you still, everybody, even though we have these specified areas and roles, we all engage the chapel environment together, the small groups environment together, and ministry on campus and together in general. So it's a great opportunity to get trained in ministry, especially if you want to be a pastor one day or a worship leader. Great opportunity to get that kind of ministry experience. Or maybe you plan on being a doctor, but you want to help out in your church when you graduate. SFD is a good place to get practiced up to be a great minister in your home church, wherever that is. You don't have to be a pastoral ministries major to be in this. In fact, Emily Bacher, if you know her, she's awesome. She's our lead chaplain. She's going into kinesiology, although she did say a while back she's praying about ministry, which I'm saying that's a win. So who knows, maybe you do SFD and next thing you know, you're going to be pastoring by the time you graduate. Praise God. So if that scares you, well, I don't know what to say to that other than I want to hand it over and ask Pastor Crystal or Pastor Asana if they want to add anything, but they're here as well. So maybe they can introduce themselves just in general, but love the team. It's a great team to be on. And we get to literally serve Jesus together. So there's that. Pastor Crystal or Asana, go ahead.
Yeah, I'd say we would love to have you. They say what a pastor does behind a pulpit is only about 10% of what they do. It's the 90% off the pulpit that makes you a pastor. And so we come and ask you and invite you to do the 90% with us and even have some exposure doing the 10% too, and just get your hands in there in ministry. And this is the best place to start practicing and putting those things into practice. So we would love to have you. Pastor Asana.
So if you're here on Wednesday, we have in-person chapel. So there would be no WIFU. You just bring your ID and you would check in and get chapel credit. But I oversee our worship teams, and it is just such an awesome opportunity to have just a group of people that are passionate about chasing after the presence of the Lord, and are so passionate about it that they want to lead others into that space as well. And that's kind of what we do. There's great mentorship that takes place. We go over best practices in worship leading, and we just grow and mentor together. We grow together through our experiences. We learn together, and our leaders get to form a team, build a team, and they get to oversee that team and lead that team in making worship happen. And it's just an awesome time and place that they have to develop not only team but kind of family, because they spend a lot of time together. So there's a lot of close relationships that are built. And so if you're passionate about chasing after God, we invite you to be a part. Come and be a part, and we look forward to hearing from you.
Thank you, SFD. Love it. All right, OSC, my team, you're up.
I got it. Okay, so hi, my name is Brooke Morrissey, and I'm the Assistant Director of New Student Experience and Family Relations. And I'll be talking about a few different positions that I'm hiring for. So the first group of students I'm hiring is the FYE coordinators. So I'm really excited that we're making the shift to this name because it's just really comprehensive and inclusive of what I actually have my students do. So we know that the first year experience doesn't stop after Welcome Week in August. It extends into the whole school year. And so that's why we're making this shift. And as the FYE coordinator, you would help me in orientation / Welcome Week. And then you will also help oversee a first year leadership development program / peer mentorship program called Activate. And so that is what a lot of the responsibilities consist of, but then you also get to help me put on Family Day and family programs and services. So if you're interested in serving new students and families, and you want to make an inclusive space on campus or off campus for students, then I think this would be a really great fit for you. If you have that heart for welcoming people and making sure that they feel at home at Vanguard, this would be really awesome for you. And then I'm also hiring an FYE coordinator and translator. So this is new, and I'm super pumped about this because we are a Hispanic serving institution, and we need to serve our Hispanic populations. And so we're going to do that through a Spanish orientation and Spanish Family Services. So this individual will work really closely with me as well as the rest of the FYE coordinator team, just kind of in a different capacity. So I'm really excited to see what that's going to look like. And then I'll also speak about program board. So program board is the student group that plans campus events, as Denise was saying. And if you are passionate about event planning and you feel like you have a lot of creative juices to give, then I think program board would be up your alley. And they've done a really great job this semester adapting to COVID-19. And we're probably going to still see some effects of that, but really excited to see what the school year looks like in the fall. And just excited to see how program board evolves over time. So it's going to be a good time. Come join us. We're excited.
Thanks, Brooke. Kyle?
All right. Hello, everyone. I oversee VREC, so I'm hiring 4 student coordinators, and they help me oversee a really wide variety of programming. So our biggest one is intramural sports and campus cup events, which hopefully will be fully in person in the fall. And then we also oversee the outdoor rental center and some of the programs that go along with outdoor adventures. And then we also are going to start doing more fitness education and fitness center stuff. So we're looking for people that have a really big interest in sports and wellness, but we're also looking for people that are really interested in helping students find their community around an activity that they enjoy that keeps them physically active. So for us, we want to have programming that meets everybody's interests. Our goal is to make sure that by the time students leave Vanguard, they found something that they want to continue doing an activity for the rest of their lives. So we're looking for someone that's really interested in helping everyone feel welcome and included in our sports and outdoor programs. And then I'll also be advising the new SGA president and executive vice president after they're elected, of course, which everyone should start following the tickets on Instagram, and you of course should vote for your student body president when it comes time. There'll be a debate soon. So that's a little bit of a plug. Watch out for that on the SGA Instagram. But after they're elected, they'll be hiring the other 2 members of their executive board, one that oversees the finances of SGA and helps a lot in advising all of our wonderful clubs in the ICC, the Interclub Council, and then someone that will help with the communications for SGA. So that's VREC and SGA.
And then Delarice Cofield Martinez is the Director of Diversity and Inclusion on campus. She oversees all of the intercultural student programs, the ISP team. So she's hiring a lead who hopefully and typically has previous student leadership experience to help run all of the cultural clubs. So if you're interested in becoming one of the cultural club presidents, we would be thrilled to have you. And we are looking for students with a heart not only to celebrate their own culture and identity, but to bring other folks across campus into that circle to help them learn about cultures that are different from their own. So they host a wide variety of programs all throughout the year and do our celebratory Heritage Months as well. So Delarice was not able to make our meeting today because she's helping BSU with their Togetherness Tuesday event. And also for the marketing team, this team will be supervised by the new Assistant Director of Student Programming that we will be hopefully hiring by the end of this semester. So that new Assistant Director of Student Programming will oversee program board and the marketing team. And like I said, the marketing team are really creative individuals who love graphic design. They love creative marketing. They love making videos. So all the beautiful posters that you see around campus or the curated Instagram posts that you see on @VU Bridge on Instagram, all of that is from our marketing team. All right, does anyone have any last staff plugs before I move on? All right, so here is your application checklist. You are already ahead because you've attended this info session, so thank you so much. You will apply The application goes online on Friday, and then your application is due on February 26th at noon. So the application links are all available on Handshake. When you log into your account, search for 2021, and then you will see all 24 positions that we are recruiting for right now. And at the end of every job description, you will have the link for Handshake there ready for you. And all of this information can also be found on the student portal, which I'll share with you in just a minute. And then the biggest application checklist is that you need to check your email for more information. So this is the main way that we will communicate with you is through your Vanguard email. So please check it often. So some application tips for you. Be sure to only select the positions that you really want. On the application, you have the opportunity to select up to 3 positions that you are willing to apply for and work for, but we really encourage you not to just select things to fill up the 3 spaces. Only select the positions that you would really love to do, because at the end of the day, if you just put positions that you're like, nah, I'm just going to fill out the form and add some things to make it look like I'm super interested in student leadership as a whole, but really you only want one thing, you may get stuck doing a job that you don't want. So hence, we really encourage you only select the position or positions that you really would love. So again, check out the job descriptions on Handshake. We've got 24 of them for you to read through. And then for your application, please have a headshot photo ready to upload, as well as a short video. So the WooFoo form that you will use to apply, it will time out if you leave it open for too long. And so on the portal, you'll see that we have kind of a screenshot template where you can go ahead and look at all the questions that we are going to ask you on the application, and you can go ahead and prepare your written responses in a Word document and then copy and paste it over so that none of your information will get lost while you're applying. So the new element for this year is not only do you have to submit a headshot video or headshot photo of yourself, but we are also requesting that you share a little bit about your personality in a short video that is 1 minute or less. And we know not all of you want to be a part of the marketing team, so you will not be curating some super fabulous video with music in the background and all of that. It's very cut and dry, simple. You can use your iPhone, take a selfie video, or have one of your friends snap a quick video for you, but we're leaving the prompt really open-ended. So in this remote environment, we just want to learn a little bit more about you in a minute or less. So there's no real need to share information that you've already put on your application. This is something outside of the application that we want to get to know you a little bit better. So we leave it up to you to use your creative juices on what you want to share with us. So again, after you apply, please make sure to check your email and sign up for your interviews. So I have to reiterate, if you are interested in applying for a position in residence life, a position in spiritual formation, and also a position in the Office of Student Engagement, you will need to sign up for 3 different interviews, 1 for each department. So it's very important that you check your email often so that you can follow the directions based on the department or departments that you have applied for. So you may get a call back for a second round interview, and you will receive more information via email after your first interview. But not all departments may have a follow-up second round interview. So again, in your first round of interviews, ask all the questions that you have so you know what to anticipate in the week to come. And then again, we cannot reiterate enough, check your email very often because that will be the one and only way that we will communicate with you. So do we have any questions? I'm going to go ahead and stop the share so that we can go ahead and see your faces a little bit better. Are there any questions that you have about the process as a whole or specific to any department? Now is the time for you to ask your questions.
I have a question.
Great. Hi, Natty.
Hi, how are you?
Thank you.
As far as any or all the RA positions, do we know a little bit more about how COVID is going to affect those positions as far as restrictions and things like that?
I'll let Shelly chime in if she wants to, otherwise I will.
Pardon me because I am driving. So I'm so sorry if it cuts in and out. We actually don't. We are doing our best to try and figure it out, to put together models and do other things of that nature. But at this point in time, we are not totally sure what it will look like in the fall, to be really, really honest. I know that the institution intends to be back in person, and we would like to have as full of buildings as we can, because it's a lot more fun on campus when we are full and there's a lot of energy. But I just can't say that for sure.
Thank you.
So our hope for these student leadership roles is that all of you really have a heart for our campus. Like, something about Vanguard has made you fall in love with this campus, and hence why you want to serve in these capacities and also build community for other students to also love Vanguard. And so with that, I truly believe that y'all can be so resilient and creative no matter what the COVID guidelines are. So I'm really proud of the student leaders this year and how they've been able to pivot and adapt to the everyday changes that are happening due to COVID. And so we're all hoping for the best. We're all hoping that everyone's back in class and, you know, participating in programs in the fall. So hopefully we will inch towards that goal. And if not, I know that all of you will be creative and make the most out of the situation. Any other questions? Don't be shy. Okay, let me show you the student portal really fast, because I've been told not all students use this to the best of their ability and to its capacity. So when you log into your student portal, you'll see that there is a student leadership page right here, and this is where it takes you. So when you scroll down, you'll see the student leadership section here. So applications, as you can see, start on February 19th, and then they're due on February 26th at 12 noon. This is the link here that will take you to Handshake, and this is the reminder within Handshake, search for 2021, and you'll be able to see all of the positions that we are hiring for. The student leader hiring facts here talks more about the I-9 form that you'll need to fill out in order to be hired as a student worker on campus in general, not just for these roles. Here you can see the preview of the application, so you can go ahead and work on your short answers within a Word document and then copy and paste into the WUFU when you're ready, after you've made your video and whatnot. These are just the requirements for the positions. And then here, these mandatory dates are very important for you to recognize, that if you are hired into these roles, you must be available during these timeframes. And if not, you may not be able to hold one of these positions, but go ahead and, if you are hired, speak to a supervisor if there is something going on that you can plan ahead and make up for it. So again, these are the links to Handshake. Everything will redirect you there so that you can get the link for our application. But this is all available to you in the student portal, as well as through Instagram through the link tree. So I will go ahead and stay on this call with the pro staff. If none of you have questions, you're free to go. Or if you're a little too shy to ask a question in the big group, we will be waiting here for you to answer your questions. So I just want to say thank you for coming today. We are excited to meet you and learn a little bit more about your interests and how you want to serve our community. So we just wish you the best of luck. Thank you so much.
I had one question about the student portal.
Great.
I had a resident who couldn't come to these meetings. So
Okay.
Will the videos be on that page?
Yes.
Okay.
We are recording this video and we'll go ahead and upload it. We're at the mercy of university marketing to publish it, but I'm hopeful that it'll be up by the end of this week.
Sweet. Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, Alter.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I had a quick question.
Great.
So where will we upload like the video and like the photo, the picture for the application?
Yeah, so on the WooFoo form, that is the application, and there are 2 areas where you will upload each distinctive thing. So you'll see that there will be a button that says like upload photo, and then the other one will be specifically for the video.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have kind of a strange question.
That's okay.
So I also thought this meeting would involve like Cornerstone peer mentor stuff. Is there another thing I need to go to look at that?
That is a different process, yes.
Okay,
because
cool.
Cornerstone peer mentors, they're fabulous. So I'm excited that you're excited for that. That is through the academic side. And so
Okay.
Amanda Lebrecht, who I'm sure you know, she's the one that handles that process. So feel free to send her an email and let her know that you would like more information on her timeline.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
This is a question more towards SFD for
Great.
like worship interns. Would you prefer them to know instruments and like be like, let's say like a music major, or would like, is that a preference? Or
I'll say, no, you don't have to be a music major at all, but I'll hand over to Pastor Asanath to go ahead and answer that question.
No, it helps for you to play an instrument, but if you are able to communicate with your instrumentalist and you're able to lead them, it should be fine. And if you have an MD, I just encourage you, if you don't play an instrument, to have an MD, someone that you can lean on to speak with the musicians as where you're leading them, where they're going, and things like that. But
Pastor Asanath, is an MD an accompanist, somebody that can play an instrument?
No, that is an MD is a director of music, someone that you're going to work with that's going to direct your musicians.
I just learned that myself. There you go, Rachel.
thank you, because I was like, what's an MD? Okay, thank you.
Of course, thanks. Zach, did
Thank
you
you
have
all.
any questions?
No, I don't have any questions, but
All
thank
right.
you guys. Have a great night.
Thank you.